In a room that looks like a colorful NASA control center for emotions, everything spins out of control. And there I am, your poor brain, running from tab to tab as each one demands attention. Anxiety, jealousy, guilt, old messages, unresolved drama. You open all of them at once. I'm sprinting on tiny legs with my headphones flashing red, trying to keep up. But honestly, no one can handle 100 emotional tabs in a single day, not even me. This is when the trouble really starts. That giant overthinking tab, the one shaped like a balloon, begins to swell until it fills the whole room. I push against it with all my tiny noodle arms, but it just keeps expanding. And then suddenly, more tabs pop open. What if? Maybe? Suppose? You're imagining problems that don't exist yet, and I'm stuck holding the weight of all of them. I'm overwhelmed before anything even happens. Now everything multiplies at once. Lights flicker, alarms buzz, and tabs duplicate like they're breeding. I spin in circles, literally, watching emotion windows pop open faster than I can close them. Each tab steals a little bit of my attention, until I have none left. You call it overthinking, but from where I stand, it's like being trapped in a holographic popcorn machine of feelings. You think you're multitasking, but from inside your head, it looks like chaos. I run from one holographic panel to the next, slapping tabs shut only for 3 new ones to explode open again. The deadline tab argues with the memory from 6 months ago tab, while the fear of the future tab screams on top. I'm not a supercomputer, I'm your brain. And multitasking like this makes me glitch, lag, and nearly catch fire. Then the whole room erupts into a full emotional tornado. Every feeling you've been ignoring, avoiding, or obsessing over spins around me like a storm. I'm in the center, eyes wide, arms flailing, legs bracing to stay standing as the wind howls. All your emotions, large, small, important, irrelevant, swirl together until I can't tell what's urgent and what's not. That's the danger of emotional overload. Everything feels like an emergency. Eventually, I just can't take it anymore. In slow motion, I raise a tiny white flag. I surrender. My folds are shaking, my headphones flicker, and I'm surrounded by spinning emotion tabs I no longer have the energy to fight. Overthinking has drained every ounce of my power. And the scariest part? When I give up, your clarity, your calm, your ability to decide, they all disappear with me. And that's when the darkest tab of all appears, the self-blame tab. It's heavy, it's dark, and it pulls everything toward it like a black hole. Every fear, every doubt, every tiny insecurity gets sucked inside. I try to reach out, to hold something steady, but even I get dragged toward it. This is the moment when small worries become monsters, not because they're real, but because you believe them long enough. Suddenly, I'm hanging onto a glowing emotional cable for dear life. The whole room shakes, the vortex pulls harder, and the tabs whip past like razor wind. This is what it feels like inside your mind when you panic. Everything spinning, everything pulling, everything happening at once. And there I am, dangling in midair, hoping you'll do the one thing that can save me. Pause. Just pause. And when you finally take a breath, everything freezes. The lights stop flickering, the air settles, and all the chaotic tabs hang quietly in place. My eyebrows soften, my legs stop shaking, and my headphones shift from chaotic red to a calming blue. This is what happens when you give yourself even 10 seconds of stillness. Your entire inner world stops fighting you. Slowly, gently, I start to reset everything. One emotional tab at a time shrinks into a tiny glowing orb. Worry, what if, fear, regret, none of them disappear, but they stop shouting and return to manageable size. This is the power of focusing on just one feeling instead of all of them at once. For the first time today, I can breathe. The whole control room fills with soft, warm light. I step calmly through the floating orbs, no alarms, no storms, no spirals of panic. My headphones glow a peaceful blue as every part of your mind finally realigns. When you slow down, when you give yourself space, I can do my job the way I'm meant to. Steady, clear, quiet, and kind. At last, I sit in a cozy corner with a warm cup of herbal tea. The emotional orbs drift gently around me, the lights soften, and everything feels light again. This is what your mind becomes when you stop the chaos: warm, steady, peaceful. And as I take a slow sip, I can finally whisper the one thing I've been wanting to say all day. Thank you for letting me breathe.